Thank you for subscribing my channel. Please encourage your friends to subscribe my channel. When you watch a clip of my YouTube, then if you like it, just give thumb up. Today our lesson will be about making suggestion. Suggestion means possible course of action suggested or proposed for someone to be taken. Suggestion could be a general action or specific action. In this lesson, we're going to learn how we make gerund, modal, imperative, deleting the subject and changing the verb into gerund. In a situation, for example, a friend of yours got bored from being alone at home all the day. You make a suggestion. You say here, what about? Then we have a gerund, then complement of the sentence, and then question mark. Here sometimes we delete the subject and change the verb into a gerund form. Let's look for the sentences. What about we go to the stadium to watch the game? Then question mark. Then sometimes what we do, we delete the subject and also change the verb into a gerund, as we did here. For example, let's look here. What about going to the stadium to watch the game? This is exactly what we did. We delete the subject we here. If we delete it, we cannot keep the verb like this. Then we have to change it to gerund, as we did here. Let's look to the second sentences here, shall we? You look tired. What about you take a rest for the day? Then question mark. Same thing here, we have it. What about? Then we have you as the subject, then take is the verb, then a rest for the day is the object for the sentences here, for the subject you. Same thing we do, or we could keep it like this, or sometimes we delete you, the subject, then we change the verb take into ing form, as we did here. What about taking a rest for the day? Okay, let's go to the second kind of making suggestion. We say, how about? Then we have a gerund, then we continue with sentences, and then a question mark. Then sometimes, as we said, that sometimes we delete the subject. As we delete the subject, we have to change the verb from the verb into gerund, or something we call ing form. Let's look if we have a conversation between two friends. Friend number A, are you thirsty? Friend number B, yeah. Then friend number A answering or make a suggestion. How about having a drink? You see here, let's go to the sentences again. We say, are you thirsty? Yeah. Then we say, how about we have a drink? It's the same meaning for the number one here, and then number two here is the same meaning, but sometimes we say this is shorter and stronger. That's the reason sometimes we use this. Both of them are accepted, but number A here, this one is stronger than the number two. Let's go to another situation when we use making suggestion. How about? Then here we have noun phrases, mean only noun phrases. For example, same thing, two friends. Then you say, are you hungry? The second friend say, a little. Then the first friend suggesting you say, what about a sandwich? Okay. Let's see, same situation we have it here. How about, then plus noun phrases. It means here, what about and how about is the same function they do it when we make a suggestion. For example, then we say asking someone if that person agrees with what is being suggested or proposed. That's the reason we use this. Let's go to that example. Friends A, are you hungry? Friends B, yeah. Then friends A making suggestion. How about a sandwich? Okay, then we have a question mark. Then sometimes we use this kind of making suggestion. We say, how about? Then we have present simple, I mean after that, how about? For example, how about I drive you home after the work? Then question mark. Then we say here, how about? Then I have subject here, I, then the verb drive. We could do this one, but maybe sometime this meaning is the change. You could say, how about driving you home after the work? It's the same meaning is gonna be. For example, let's look to the sentence. If we make it like this, then here, as we said it, if we delete the subject, then we have to change the verb to ing form. Then we say, how about driving you home after the work? Okay, let's go to another one. Then we say, how about plus gerund, deleting the subject as we did before. We just repeat in here. How about driving you home after the work? Then question mark. The only difference is sometimes here in British English they say, how about driving you to home? Then in American English we just say, how about driving you home after the work? Okay. Then sometimes we could make the sentences like this. I say, how about starting a new business? Then same thing we say, how about you start a new business? Then we delete you, then we make start to change it to starting. Okay, let's go to the sentences. Sometimes we use this kind. We say, why not? Then plus subject, then plus the verb with our to. When we make making a specific suggestion using negative not. Here we use not. For example, let's say here we have this example. You look nervous when you speak in front of people. Then we make suggestion. Why don't you take public speaking course? Same thing here. We could delete this. We say, why don't taking public speaking courses? Sometimes the meaning is changed. Okay, let's say if we have these sentences, why don't you take a break for today and start the work tomorrow? Okay, the actual sentences is like this. Why do you not take a break for today and start the work tomorrow? If we look those two sentences, this sentences and this, both of them are the same meaning, but only differences between the two. This sentences, the attitude of the speaker is a little different from attitude of the speaker. Maybe the speaker is a little angry, the second one, when you say, why do you not take a break? Maybe the sentence, why don't you take it? Mean maybe the speaker, maybe it's not serious, or maybe he's not 100% serious about the situation. Then we could make the sentences like this, because if you remember, we said we could delete the subject and then delete the verb. Then here, the verb we have do as the auxiliary verb. Those two, we're gonna delete it. Okay, but if the sentences is like this, because if you remember, we said that if we look to here, don't is acting as one word. That the reason if we look here is the same don't, but is separated. Do is here, not is after the subject. Then this case is gonna be easier for us to understand it. Then we say, why not take a break for today and start the work tomorrow? As we did here, because we're gonna delete do, like at this do, and then also we're gonna delete you. It means those two are going. Then here, those two are deleted, and then our sentence is gonna stand like this. Let's go to the next sentences or next situation. Why not plus verb without to, then continue like the complement of the sentence and the question mark. When we make or making a general suggestion using negative not, for example, a friend of yours works so hard in the office, then sometimes we give him a suggestion. Why not take a break for today and start the work, or start tomorrow? Start the work tomorrow. Okay, as we did, because we could say, why do you not take a break for today and start the work tomorrow? Okay, sometimes we use the model or a model when you make suggestion. For example, here we have it. Shall, then we have a subject. The subject has to be with I, we, when you make suggestion. Then plus verb without to. Then we have question mark. Making suggestion using shall with the subject I and we. For example, shall we start the discussion? The other person maybe agree or not. Then sometimes we say, shall I present you to the audience first? So it should be question mark. Okay, let's continue with another situation. Sometimes we have let's plus the verb without to, and sometimes we say let us. If we go to reality, both of them, let's and let us, are the same meaning. Then here we could say the imperative sentences where is the subject is deleted. With the subject is you, it is deleted. Okay? Suggestion to do or propose something for someone. Let's is a contraction of let us. Okay, let's say we have this situation. Having difficulty understanding a chemistry formula. Let's say maybe one day you have a chemistry, then you don't understand it. One of your classmates suggests to ask the teacher for the help or for help. Sometimes we say for the help or for help. Ask the teacher for help. Okay, let's see how we make this suggestion. Then we say, you let us ask the teacher for more explanation. But you here, usually we delete or we omit. It means understood. We know there is a subject you, but we omit it. It means understood. It's going to be more strong if we say, let us ask the teacher. But we say, let's ask the teacher for more explanation. Thus we do it here. Let's ask the teacher for more explanation. Or sometimes we say, let us ask the teacher for more explanation. Is the same meaning. Or sometimes you could say, let me introduce you to the audience. I mean, you asking somebody or suggesting to somebody, let me introduce you to the audience. If the person agree or not, it's up to him or to her. Let him, sometimes we say him or her, try doing the job alone. Or sometimes we say, let them take the bus going home. Okay, because this is infinitive, or we say verb with no to. Or sometimes we say, let's let us commemorate who were killed in the yesterday terrible violence. Okay? Let's say sometimes we use it as in the negative. Let's not plus verb with our to. Then here we just normal sentences with no question mark. Let us not with verb with our to, then ending the verb with a period or full stop. Let's look to the sentences. Let's not waste our time and spend the whole day working on this problem. Okay? Let's say, look to this. We might have forgotten. Let us not forgive who have participated in the September 11 attack. Okay, same thing we use. Let's not forgive, or let's not waste. Okay, let's look to the sentences. Let us not forget who died to protect our freedom. Same thing here. Let's not forget who died to protect our freedom. Here we use this one. When you make it like let us, it's the same meaning as we said it let's. Sometimes we use subject plus suggest plus a clause, which sometimes we say clause is a subject verb and then a sentence with a subject and verb and a complement. For example, we say I suggest we start the work early tomorrow at 7 a.m. Or sometimes you could say the manager suggests that we start the work until he is here. Or sometimes we say I think, also same we use it as for suggestion, I think it would be a good idea to take the manager's recommendation seriously. Sometimes we have two options. When somebody makes a suggestion, we could accept it or we could refuse it. For example, it was here. There are some phrases in replying to a suggestion being made. For example, you say, wonderful idea when we accept it. You could say, wonderful thought. It's a great idea. That's a good idea. That sounds good idea. Or that sounds good for me. So, that sounds good idea to me. Or that sounds good for me. I go for it. Or sometimes say perfect idea, thanks, thank you, I'm loving it, or I would love to, I like it, or I would go for it. Sometimes we refuse the suggestion or declining. We say I would prefer not to then you continue the sentences. I like it, but then something is opposite of this. Maybe you could say that's a brilliant idea, but then we give opposite to what we expecting. Then you could say it's a good idea, but then you could say I don't buy it. I mean you don't agree with the suggestion is being made. Or sometimes you say I am not sure about it. Thank you very much for your